Hello everyone. It's not this week's episode this time. This is a different type of video, but the same intro. I'm Jem,
I'm Cons.
and we are two bros interested in finance. So what we wanted to do was we were talking about we talk about the market and everything. If people wants to hear about our opinions or just like want to know what's happening in the market in general. Yes, we do our weekly episode, but we realize that we don't really do stock based videos. Sorry,
hmm
stock-based videos. Uh, so for that, we picked a couple of stocks. I picked a couple of stocks. He picked a couple of stocks. We wanted to talk about them, and they are not the stocks that we have in our 2025 list. So I think this is going to be interesting. I think if you want, we can start with our 2025 lists.
Uh, yeah, let's go ahead. I mean, the one stock I picked is in my 2025 list, so maybe
Oh yeah, right. But we never talked about that one.
yeah, we never talked about it. So, well, let me start, I guess. I'll go through mine and I'll
Yeah, go
blend
for
it
it.
in as well at the same time with
Hmm.
jams, obviously. And yeah, I'm just talking about my positions, I guess. They're a little bit allocated in the size of what I would like to see fit for them. And we have two overlapping anyway with you, right? I believe, yeah. So
Two. Yeah.
my largest position is Google. Obviously, we've talked a lot about it. Don't really want to say anything more. No brainer right there, and you have it as well. My second position actually is AMD, which I hold. Haven't really talked too much about it, but it's a quite popular brand and quite popular stock, I think. And then I have ASML, again, overlapping one, top tier company from
Yeah.
Europe, is my third position. And then I have Novo Nordisk as well, really popular brand, right, or popular stock or company. And then I have Evolution, which I'll be talking about today.
In
Actually,
your list, I understand everything. Novo Nordisk, ASML, AMD, Google. Very nice companies. I like to be fair, Novo Nordisk, I wouldn't say that I'm a big fan of Novo Nordisk, but I can easily say that it's a pretty solid pharmaceutical company. Evolution, I've checked it after you put it into your list. I didn't check the financials of the company, but I checked what they do, and I definitely can say that that's not my type of company. Uh,
it's not everyone's, that's for sure.
yeah, definitely not. So I have my list, which is ASML, starts with ASML, which is my biggest position, which is overlapping with you. I have Amazon. We don't overlap on this, but Amazon, second biggest. And then I have Alphabet. We are overlapping on that as well. And I have Netflix and Bank of America. The only stock that I don't hold at this very moment in this list is Netflix, and it's not because I changed my mind about Netflix. It's because I am waiting for price to drop a bit more. When it dropped around like 860s or 840s, I can't quite recall, but it was 800 something. I actually didn't have money to buy, so that's why I couldn't buy. Not because I didn't want to buy, but in the very first drop, I am definitely going to acquire Netflix and going to hold it for a very long time. But other than that, Bank of America, I love it. Google, everyone knows it. Alphabet, Amazon, everyone loves it and know it. ASML, it hasn't been doing well, but that doesn't mean that by the end of the year it's not going to be good. And this is what I think.
Yeah, I mean, as well, like, you have Amazon in your top 2025 picks, isn't in mine. But funny enough, I bought it as well recently. So,
Yeah.
like, we started this list at the beginning of 2025, right? And I
Hmm.
think a little bit this buying opportunity that arose like recently, right? You can change your opinion a little bit and buy some other stock. So I picked up on Amazon as well. Uh, uh, I think that's a really good buy as well. I would love to have that in my top 2025 picks as well. But the list is limited. So yeah, I think we'll see by the end of the year. We still got plenty of time left.
Yeah, but let's just let people know about this as well. Year to date, are you in plus and minus with this list?
Oh no, I think my list is performing a lot worse than yours. I think I'm minus 8% year to date, 8.49. So actually, my best performer is my smallest position, which would be Evolution. But
Are you sure that you're 8.09? That's
uh,
mine.
no, yours is minus 3.8.
Year to date.
Yes.
I don't know why do I see it like that. Anyways, okay. For some reason, I see mine as minus 7.74 and yours is minus 12 for whatever the reason. I don't know why
Um,
it's like that.
um, I have no idea, but we will do
Okay. So,
screenshots. We show it and we
yeah,
blend it
yeah.
in anyway. I
Yeah.
think yours is performing better for sure. I know that.
Mm.
Just with Netflix as well. I think that's
Yeah, and I
really
think
performing
Netflix
well.
is like a really good buy there. Other than that, yeah, to be fair, all the other like I'm only in plus with Netflix there, nothing else. All the other ones are minus, but I think by the end of the year, I think they're all going to be okay.
Yeah, same.
And also, other than this, if we are talking about how our lists are doing and everything, would you like to talk about like the actual holdings that we have and what are you doing year to date?
Actually holding year to date, I think I'm moving towards pretty even right now. I took quite a
Mhm.
large hit in April. I think everybody did, right? It
Mm,
was tough times.
yeah.
My portfolio, I don't really wanna open like real life numbers or anything like this, but um, it performed really well in the beginning of the year, and I think lots of portfolios did. As I recall, like 16% in plus.
Mhm.
And then dropping to, I think my lowest point year to date was actually like a -9. And now I'm hovering between literally zero, -1, +1, 0 around there. So back to the start, I guess. But I've done this plenty of times. It doesn't really bother me. These drops are normally followed, you know it as well as me, bro, with
Yeah.
good times, right?
Yeah, it's just the drops mean that you just need to buy more. So that's what it means. So
Exactly.
they're all going to be better. So year to date, I'm doing pretty well. Uh I am doing like I think way better than the market. I'm doing like more than 20% plus,
Oh.
but Rheinmetall has a big part in it. It's not in my
Mhm.
2025 list because when we did this list, Rheinmetall was already very high.
Mhm.
So, but other than Rheinmetall, the only plus holding that I'm holding is Bank of America. So yeah. But if Rheinmetall wouldn't have happened, I would have been in minus as well. But Rheinmetall just saved me basically.
Yeah, of course. There's so many stocks. I think in our personal, or at least in my personal portfolio, there's a lot more stocks that play a role, right? For me,
Yeah.
I think my Chinese stock kept me above water a lot better
Mm.
than the American stocks. I mean, I bought a, you know, we both bought a lot into American stocks recently, right? With the
Yeah.
recent
Yeah.
dip. But in general, I'm still even though I'm at the zero, I'm still outperforming the S&P year
Hmm.
to date.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that thing is still down, like I think -5. The only thing I'm lagging behind is the DAX, but everything with time, I have confidence.
Yeah, I think by the time. So let me if you want, because I've got two stocks and you got only one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want, let me start and then you go and then I end it.
Yeah, please go ahead, bro.
So I have two stocks today, which are going to be Nike and McDonald's. I think because you have Nike as well in your holdings.
Yeah.
I think I can do Nike second, so we can both talk about it while we are ending. So I have McDonald's right now. It's trading at $315 around there.
Mm-hmm.
And it is definitely not in my next buy list, but it is in my radar. And why is that? First of foremost, after I buy Netflix, I'm going to be fulfilling my 2025. But McDonald's is definitely going to be on my radar. Why is it on my radar? First of foremost, I believe that everyone knows McDonald's. Every country has McDonald's. And I don't think that they are the type of company that is going to die. And in terms of financials, year to date, it's 7.7% in plus, which is not bad. I think it might be even better than S&P 500.
A
Revenue
lot better, yeah.
wise, yeah, yeah. Revenue wise, they had a dip in 2020 and they increased their revenue by 2024 annually. Their free cash flow doesn't seem so stable, but it doesn't seem so bad either. It feels like it's increasing in a really weird way, but that's it. Net income is okay. Earnings per share, I wouldn't say that it's like a really good in a really good steady increase, but it is not bad. But dividends, they are always increasing. Like 2025 dividends, it seems like they're gonna give, or they already have given, I don't know, $1.77. $1 $77 per share. That is, in my opinion, very like that is a lot in my opinion. And I think it might be even better than most bank shares, which are known to be like those like dividend machines. Shares outstanding are decreasing, which means that it feels like people are buying it. And yeah, and what can I say about McDonald's is I feel like it's always risky to invest in food companies because, like, for example, they had this E. coli breakout. So these things can always happen, but McDonald's is a big, big company, and we talked about this in our last weekly episode as well. They're not only a food company anymore, but they're also a real estate giant because they
Mm.
nearly always own every store that they have as an area, and in that area you would find Starbucks and you would find other places as well. So yeah, that's what I can say about McDonald's.
Uh, yeah, fair. I think you summed it up pretty well. Don't really, I mean, opinion-wise, McDonald's for me is a top-tier class company, right? And I think their financials really show it. They had a slowdown of revenue in like 2020 or to the
Mhm.
2020, but they picked up really nicely again. And I mean, the trailing 12 months quarterly, like if you watch the net income or the earnings per share, right? Like you said, their dividends, I think they have like, if I just check correctly, a 2.29 return on dividends percentage wise, not bad. But like, I mean, if you're a long-term holder, right, this is gonna accumulate. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they look really nice, and also the share outstanding is reducing as well, which is a really good sign. I love that. So they probably have share buyback programs or something like this. Um, Only their cash is a little bit low. I don't know if that's worrying. They have quite a lot of debt, but then again, the quarterly revenue nearly covers this debt. Um, but yeah, I think McDonald's has always been on my watch list since I started investing. It's like one of the basics, right? It's like Coca-Cola, for
Mhm.
example.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but I've never got into it. I don't know why. It's just I don't know. It's an never got. I don't know. And it never turned to that way that I said, okay, I have to buy McDonald's. Um, yeah, I have my concerns a little bit with it. I feel like fast food has gotten a lot more expensive recently. I don't know. I feel like going to McDonald's is so easy to spend now 15 to 20 euros for McDonald's meal. When you remember back like 10, 15 years ago, you paid for a cheeseburger like €1, right? The cheeseburger was €1 in Germany, right? So those times ain't coming back, and obviously the increase in price for fast food restaurants, I don't know if that's like very beneficial long term for the company, or it's a little bit of a concern for me. But yeah, otherwise, just like you mentioned with the real estate, it's also a really interesting aspect of assets within the company, right? And
Yeah.
giving value to it. Yeah, it's very conservative. Like I think it's an interesting stock, especially during dark times, like the tariff times now. The stock
Hmm.
performed better as well, right? So it's a nice opposite to have in your personal portfolio when your tech stocks or other stocks are failing or going down 20-15%. Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and these type of stocks, they actually go up and they recover and they're doing fine. So it's a nice
They do pretty
counterweight
well,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, that's about the prices of fast food in general. You're the type of person that eats home as well, and I like to eat home as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we try to cook
100%.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if I wanna eat out, I realize it, and if I even wanna eat like a place like McDonald's or Burger King, I know that as a student, a good chunk of my money is gonna be spent.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That's how it is.
I mean, for as a single person, I think Budapest or Hungary, McDonald's is quite expensive, except like not for us
Very.
personally, but for Hungarians, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, for us as well. Like you spend under 10 euros for a single person in McDonald's. It's kind of hard to spend nearly. I feel like because you get one meal, it's pretty much already 7-8 euros. Like, it's
Yeah,
exciting.
let's say that you spend like 15 euros per
Yeah,
meal, right?
yeah.
450 euros per month. Let's say that you eat it every day, one meal.
Mm.
450 euros per month, and that is a lot of money.
Nah, no, you can't survive on that. No, but yeah, people still use it. McDonald's is still full, so it's not like not no one is going, so that's not a concern. And yeah, otherwise I think they're
That's it,
doing
yeah.
good. No.
Okay. If you
Yeah.
wanna take over with your company, go for it, please.
Yeah, so let me continue. Perfect. I shall start with evolution. So it's like we said earlier, it's part of the GetQuinn portfolio 2025 pick for me. Um, I pretty much bought it late 2024, around the same price, I presume. And it's a Swedish company. It's not the largest company, and it's a gambling site company. So it's really interesting. It's nothing major in my personal portfolio. I think the GetQuinn allocation doesn't like represent my own portfolio, so I don't have like 20% in evolution. It's a small position, but it's a really interesting position because of their revenue, net income, their dividends, everything about it is, I think, financial wise, is really good looking and really promising to me. And yeah, if I introduce the company, I guess they produce all these games, all these online games for gambling. So everything you see from live casinos or live poker games and stuff like this, they offer this. They have slot machines, online slot machines, so they're very online based. And I honestly believe that's probably the future of gambling. A lot of people gamble online. It's easier for the customer, right? Just at home, you're chilling on your PC, losing your money. Everyone to themselves, right? But yeah, they produce these games, so they not only host them or show them on their website, but they actually make the games behind it as well. And yeah, they have all these different types of products or game products and possibilities where you can lose your money. And what was really interesting to me was their steady two-digit growth, pretty much. They have their revenue. I don't know if you're checking on Qualtrim, but when you check their net income and their revenue, their cash, their dividends, the cash flow on a trading 12 months basis. It was really interesting for me. And currently the stock is a little bit undervalued, I believe, or forgotten about. And they had really good recent earnings, I think a month ago. Also again with two-digit growth year to year. And yeah, I think the only really negative aspect of this company is that they had some controversy in Georgia regarding the gambling side operation. So there was some controversy there where they're operating. And yeah, so I guess that's all I can say to keep it short.
I wanna ask one question before I start talking. What do you
Yeah.
mean by they produce or make the games? Like, cause okay, cause for example, when you are playing a slot, let's say,
Mhm.
on stake.com, like, but
Mhm.
I think the biggest gambling website there is right now.
Mhm.
You don't actually need a slot machine. It's just a screen that you just like roll the slots. Like, what do you mean they produce? Like, they make the game,
Yeah,
or like,
they program the games.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
So they're
okay.
behind slot machines, they're behind the roulette tables and everything that can, I guess you can have it digitalized. You have those live shows still. I'm sure you've seen it, right? Live poker shows online
Uh-huh,
or
uh-huh,
live
uh-huh.
roulette tables, but then there's also digitalized games or roulette just digitalized, right? And
So I am not allowed to gamble because apparently I can lose control. But I am not allowed to gamble because funny story. When I was in the high school, I used to gamble in horse race.
oh yeah.
So I am not allowed to gamble. But I always see those like reels, and I like it's been like maybe 15 years. No,
Yeah,
10 years,
yeah.
10
Oh.
plus years since I last gambled. But I always see those like reels on Instagram about like, oh, people are playing like a blackjack, it's a live show, or people are playing slots on stake.com, on Twitch, on Kick. I watch Kick a lot, you know it, so I
Mhm.
see it all the time. So I think like I started in the beginning saying that I will definitely not buy this company, but not gonna lie, kind of changing my mind about it. And not that I would buy it at this like I don't think that it will be in my next purchase thing here, but it will be in my radar. But it seems like a fun company because you're right on the fact that people don't go to casinos anymore. They just log on to stake.com, they top up their account, and they play their games
Yeah.
online,
It's so
which
easy now,
they are
right?
very happy with.
It's honestly, I'm not the guy like obviously saying, "Oh, I go online, I gamble." I feel like we do
No,
gamble
no, I
anyway.
don't
We're on
get
the
like I
stock
don't have a
market.
stake account, for example. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, we can see this as type of gambling as well, right? There's plenty of opportunities on the stock market to gamble. I don't think we
Yeah.
personally do it. I mean, I here and there I do play with options, right? But it's not something that I would consider gambling. But I think the fact that it's so easy now to just go online. You can wake up in the morning at 8 a.m. You can open your PC and you hit the casino. You don't even have to
Yeah,
leave your
yeah,
apartment anymore, and the limit is your credit card. So
yeah,
and
literally.
and I think it's always been good business. It never was a bad business really. Um, so I think like Evolution Gaming is kind of for me like the Protector and Gambler, like a mini
Hmm.
version of it. It's also I'm sure you know Protector and Gambler, right?
Hmm.
The large stock, the gambling, and yeah, for me it's a long term. It's not like only 2025. I mean, it's in my top picks for 2025 because I thought it was really interesting and valued really nicely. But yeah, I think this is like at least a 5-year holding for me just because of the dividend
Hmm.
buyback as well. and yeah, I'm seeing quite interesting. And their predictions for the coming years looks also really nice. I really have to say. So they're nearly gonna double until 2028 the revenue, which
Very good.
should hopefully have a positive effect uh, on the stock price. But yeah, really cool. I just checked as well the Georgia issue, the controversy. So they were producing the games in Georgia. They had a firm there where they did the programming.
Georgia, Europe, Georgia,
Europe,
Europe or Georgia, America?
Europe.
Europe.
So yeah, they had some striking workforce there because of working conditions. Yeah, also I think yeah, standard controversy, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to Georgia, but I've been to Batumi. I think that's how you say it in English.
Mm-hmm.
Their capital, I believe. Or is it Tbilisi,
T-
their capital?
t-
I don't know. But I've been to Batumi.
mm-hmm.
Huge hotels by the seaside, and they are full of casinos. So, yeah. I mean, you can with these companies, you can always question the ethical part of it, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, you can question ethical part of, like, I don't know, defense companies as well, like the military companies as well. You can always question about, I don't know, Amazon and working conditions. So, like, I was like, when these Ukraine war, well, it still is happening, but when it was like very hot, we were talking about it. Like, we hope the war ends and we lose our money. Does not matter, but we are just trying to make money out of it by buying military stock. So I think this is the same idea. We wouldn't want anyone to be addicted to gambling, but we are just here to look into our business, and that's it. And I think that's a fair buy. I don't think that it's anything bad.
Yeah, I think we just talked about McDonald's as well is one of the largest uh, employers of minimal wage, right? Like, and now
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
and
yeah,
now
yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna talk about Nike, which produces most of its clothes in Cambodia and Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
So there's so many aspects, especially in every large cap company out there. Mostly,
Hmm.
you can find something unethical. So
Yeah, of
uh,
course,
I,
of
I
course.
I don't think that's the issue, but yeah, I think interesting company. Definitely something to look out for. I think we can move on to Nike, no?
Yeah, Nike. So, Nike has been in my radar, and the reason why it has been in my radar is year to date, it has dropped 22%. For the last year, 38% nearly. 5 years, 34%. 10 years, it's 15% in plus, but does not really matter. Year to date, it's 22% in minus, and I don't think Nike deserves this because Nike is a huge company. And to be fair, personally, and when I look at people on the streets, I can more or less say the same thing. Everyone wears Nike. Easy as that. If you think of like the football shoes, for example, most football players they still wear Nike, as far as I know. In NFL, in American football, they wear Nike, and like
Mm.
basketball, like NBA playoffs started, and I've been watching playoffs more or less as much as I can. If there's an early match for the European time, early time match, I watch it, and still like the best collabs with players are with Nike. Like for example, maybe you heard of it because like he's a big player. Do you know Luka Doncic, like the basketball player?
Sounds
Maybe you've
familiar.
seen reels or whatever, but like he has a collab with Nike. Like he wears Nike
Mm-hmm.
shoes. LeBron James still wears Nike shoes. And they have a brand called Jordan as well, which is a brand of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, like the other day I bought myself Jordan shoes, Jordan ones. So I think Nike is the type of company that is going to die, and I believe that it's a very strong company. And lately, I'm a bit of a sneakerhead, so I have been watching those like sneaker con. or like sneaker exchange, sneaker buying videos on YouTube. I'm sure maybe you ran into them or not, but even if the shoe is like 5 years old, a shoe from 5 years ago, like it can still be sold for $5,000, for example, because they're like really big issues, but really important and really valuable shoes. Like for example, the Travis Scott
Mm.
Nikes, they are sold very expensively. The other day, I found the Travis Scott. It was a Travis Scott Olive in one of the stores in Budapest. They were selling it for 650 euros. Normally,
Damn.
a shoe is not that expensive, but it's a Travis Scott.
Oh,
It's from
okay.
Nike. So there's always this second-hand market as well for Nike. And I don't think that Nike is the type of company that is going to do. Yes, I agree that like even when I'm buying shoes from Nike, I check the app and I'm like, there are no good shoes. There are no good models like Nike. Can you just like get yourself together and just like produce some good designs? And I can confidently say that Adidas has been doing very well. Their like campus models, their campus designs have been very trendy. But I still do think Nike is Nike, and I still see Nike on most people's feet. So I think Nike is Nike, and their revenue is increasing annually. Net income is not stable, definitely not. It has up and downs. EPS, earnings per share, ups and downs. Free cash flow seems like they're picking it up. Dividends, they have been increasing their dividend pay. Shares outstanding, there might be a buyback program that they're trying to buy the share to make the investors happy. And yeah, and they recently appointed a new CEO as well, and hopefully he's gonna do who's gonna do well things, but we need to give him time. It has been less than a year since the CEO came. Nike has a lot to do, but I think right now Nike might be the cheapest stock in the market in terms of value. And that's all I'm gonna say. If you wanna continue, because you hold Nike, and I really wanna hear what you are going to say. Actually,
I, everything you said, man, that was, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm a Nike holder, right? True. For me, it's a little bit sad because it's not a large position, but it's something I want to build out into a larger position, and it definitely
hmm
is in the price range right now. And I think you first mentioned Nike to me like a couple weeks ago, and
hmm
that's where it really hit a really technical point, and I think it has bounced back since then. I think we talked about how technical beautiful it is or something. Like now it's in a really good position to buy. But yeah, I bought it last year, man. I bought it last year, so I think I'm 30% in minus with my Nike stock. I think
So
I
you bought
bought
it
it
like maybe a year ago, maybe more,
less than a year actually, less than a year. Wait, let
less than a
me.
year. Okay.
Um, so my buy-in is 75 euros, and currently
Oh,
the stock is trading at 50. So I bought at the plateau, in the last recent plateau. I bought a small position, and obviously then the tariff hits, and I think that hit Nike pretty hard again because of the tariff increase. And even though it's been on a hold, it hasn't really recovered. I can
hmm
agree with everything you say, honestly, that Nike is a top tier brand. I see it on everything. Those are exactly the same points that made me buy Nike, because I think I bought it in August or July last year. And I thought, yes, exactly the same. It's a top tier company. You can see it everywhere. I thought every household in the world nearly owns a Nike product, or a copy of a Nike product. Even worse,
hmm
right? But for me, this company always like looks really interesting. And even back then, it was already trading at a ridiculous cheap price, and I think it's obviously even cheaper now. Um, and I think it's pretty attractive. Now, is it the best buy right now compared to some other companies? I'm not sure. That's why I haven't bought really any. Um, I'm really waiting a little bit, especially like you mentioned with the new CEO, the Elliot
Hmm.
Hill. He's quite famous, and I think he's directing Nike into a better direction in general now,
Hopefully.
because they took out, I think, one of the biggest problems of Nike um, was themselves taking themselves out of their competitors pretty much. So they moved out their products um, out of any other shops and created their own shops, right? And I think that was a pretty bad move, because all those retailers then didn't have any Nike products, and every Nike customer who wanted a Nike product had to go to a designated Nike store, right? And I think that was a pretty negative move, and I think that happened in the last 4 or 5 years before Elliot Hills, the previous CEO. And I believe Elliot Hill is trying to convert back to the okay, we sell our stuff to the retailers and let the retailers resell the stuff. Um, and I think that will be the move. And new products, hopefully, new products and new product
And
collabs.
I can add one thing what they have done wrong as well. As a customer, I can see this, and as an investor, I can read it as well, which I did on like Financial Times and so on.
Mhm.
They lost a lot of their good designers.
Mhm.
And right now, unfortunately, look, I am quite upset about this as a customer. Like, they don't have good shoes.
Mm.
They don't have nice looking shoes, unfortunately. They either just like roll back to the same stuff that sells a lot for the last 3 months, and
Yeah.
the new stuff that comes out, they're not pretty looking. They're not. It's like quite rare, unfortunately, that you see a nice looking Nike shoe lately. Whether it's Dunks, Air Forces, Jordan 1s, does not matter. But I feel like with its competitors as well, I don't think that competitors became better. I think Nike became so bad.
Yeah, I agree. There's quality lacking, and I don't know,
A
trying to
lot.
new like you said earlier, like with the Johns or all the products you listed, right? All these iconic products that Nike created, uh, they're old. They've been around for 20
Yeah,
years, right? 15
yeah.
years, 10 years. They're outdated. People crave something new, and I think that's it's the same with every company. It does not matter if a
Mhm.
company holds on to their own product too long and tries to recycle every year, or trying to bring out a slightly different version I don't know, Jordans or whatever, right? I'm not too big in the sneaker world. Um,
Mhm.
but I think you understand the point, right? It gets boring, nobody's gonna buy it, and I think they just need some freshness. And this is, I think, the main reason why I'm holding back a little bit. I think the stock is in a beautiful position.
Yeah.
It might be the lowest low we will see in the future, but I haven't really seen the turnaround yet. I'm still a little bit cautious. I mean, I've bought into it. I'm collecting dividends right now through it. I think it wasn't a bad buy at my price point either, but just because of the tariffs right now, and tariffs being 70+% on Vietnam or something ridiculous like that, it does hit Nike. So I'm a bit cautious with that right now, and I think other stocks, which we have talked about in the last 2, 3 Finance Bros episodes, like Google or any tech stocks really, a little bit more attractive right now, especially short term or less risk.
I was just checking their earnings. They beat the earnings in March 20. Apparently, they released their Q1 earnings in March 20, and they beat it. Like revenue by 2%, nearly 2.3%, and earnings per share by like nearly 80%.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
I mean, it's fine if you beat expectations of analysts, but if the overall
Yeah,
revenue is still going down, it's still a
yeah,
problem, right? So I think
yeah.
there is this last 4 or 5 quarter. If you, I mean, we both see it on Qualtrim, right, which we use. Like if you check the last 10 quarters of net income, it's just a steadily uh, downwards movement. And I actually bought in this slight recovery of 2024, right? There was this short recovery of net income increasing, and I thought that would have been the turnaround. But yeah, I think there's a little bit of a downward spiral, and I think the new CEO needs some time, and you gotta give him at least 1-2 years
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
show
yeah,
even
yeah.
effect. I think so. This is
Mhm.
definitely a long-term holding for me. So
Yeah,
let's see how it
yeah.
will go.
Okay, quick question, but you're not gonna think and talk about it. You're just gonna give me an answer. Let's say that you fulfilled all the stocks that you are prioritizing right now, your 2025 picks whatsoever. You fulfilled all of it. Would you buy Nike or McDonald's?
Oof,
Would you?
that's
Okay, Evolution is already in your list, so I'm not gonna say that. But would you buy Nike or McDonald's? Don't just give me the stock name. Hard question, right?
it's incredibly hard because the one stock I own, which if I say the other stock now, I would be working against my own work, you know. But honestly, right now I would say McDonald's just because of the tariff. So
Yeah, I think I would say so as well. I think Nike would be my second option compared to McDonald's because I feel
yeah.
like McDonald's is McDonald's and Nike unfortunately needs some time.
If it was pre-tariff, I would have said Nike, but then it would have not been the
Oh,
best buy either, right? Because then the
okay.
tariffs came, right? So yeah, it's right now. I think McDonald's is also really. If you look at their chart, when have they ever struggled for more than 2 years? Never.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very interesting stock.
Right. How long has it been, by the way?
Oh, we had solid 40 minutes nearly, yeah. So I think we should
Wow.
wrap it up.
Okay, I think let's wrap it up. Okay. So I would say thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoy this and benefit this. I would say share with your grandma, like the video, make your grandma like the video, and also your grandpa. Make them share it, make them watch it. Just like they have smartphones now, even the grandmas,
Yeah.
grandpas. Just like when you go to their place, when you're just visiting, don't be a bad granddaughter, grandson. Just when you go to their place, just play our videos. It's not that difficult, is it? And make
Just
them like. That's it.
just pop it in a family group chat, yeah.
Okay, thank you for
All right.
watching, guys. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao, guys.